You're now listening to the Zod and Drea podcast.
All right, what's up, people?
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to the Zod and Drea podcast. This is episode 105, and this is Tuesday, April 17th. How are you all doing?
Is it the 17th?
It's the 17th already.
good
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. So we hope you did your taxes because the weekend would have abruptly messed them all up for everybody. So get that in before the IRS is on top of you.
Hope you got some money back.
Hope you got some money back. And if so, please spend it on the Zod and Drea podcast because you're going to be able to do that soon, actually.
Kindly, thank you.
Yeah, so we'll let you know about what we're setting up to be able to get donations and how people will be able to also get a lot of credit for it and get a little bit of something back for each thing that you donate to us. So we're going to be using Patreon, and we can't wait to officially open it up, which we will do on our website.
So tell me, how was your weekend?
The weekend was great. Obviously, what we did was something a lot of fun. It was finally posted. Make sure you go to zodanddrea.com as well as Facebook. And I think we posted some stuff on Instagram as well and Twitter to see what we got into, which was what?
Camping.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where I think it was Friday? It was Friday.
Yeah,
and
no, Thursday.
I think it was
Thursday
Thursday.
night.
Oh, yeah, it was Thursday. Where I'm surprised it was. I guess it was. Yeah, because I had to get all the stuff. Yeah, we had to get all the stuff on Friday. So it's just I need to get out of here. Even though we are going to have a nice little Zod and Drea trip next weekend, it was one of the things where I just wanted to get the hell out and just be gone. And Drea was down with it, and I went and bought a tent. Because I swear on my Amazon wish list, I've had a tent on there forever, and I just wanted to get out. So anyway, make sure you just check out the website and check out the YouTube page where you can see the video. But in the meanwhile, let's talk about what we're going to be getting into in this podcast.
Okay, so for entertainment, we're going to talk about this rendition of Earth, Wind, and Fire's September song that was done by Taylor Swift.
Yeah, so let's see if the country goddess will be able to tackle.
I got so much to say about
be able to tackle some R&B, funk. Yeah, we'll see about that. So in politics, we have white fear of black skin. Now, this is something that's always ongoing, but there's something that happened this past week, and we want to discuss a little bit about it and the way that it pretty much is an ongoing situation. And what is the main title?
Main topic is 5 great ways couples can escape the stress of life. So just kind of taking on what we did this week and extending it into really how we can get some suggestions.
Yeah, so let's just start off with, you know what, let's not get into anything serious right now. Let's talk about our girl, Taylor Swift.
She is not my girl.
That is
Do
your
not even claim this girl to be mine.
Your girl. She's talking about me, too. All right. So Taylor Swift felt the need, I guess, for some upcoming, it was a collaboration effort or something for something that she was doing, whatever. But she felt the need that she wanted to do a cover song. Now, most people will do a cover song and make it their own. Now, I got to give her credit because she did make this her own. But the song that she had chosen was Earth, Wind, and Fire's September. Now, if you don't know this song... Now,
then something's wrong with you.
Yeah, Drea knows this song personally because why?
It's my birthday month song, so this song is mine. Like, it is part of who I am because it's such a fun song and it talks about my birthday month. So as a kid, I always was so happy hearing this song because I was like, yeah, one of my favorite bands talking about my birthday. And then Taylor Swift comes around.
Drea times millions because a lot of people have actually made this their birthday song.
Even if their birthday's in August.
Exactly. So, Drea didn't know about this, and I had to make sure that I played it for her because while we were in our tent camping, I had to put this thing on, and I couldn't believe what I heard. So, people will always stick by the artist of their choice, and Taylor Swift is worth about $240 million, so she has a big fan base.
Correct.
She will be making money. She won't be hurt, but a lot of people were criticizing the hell out of this thing, and I had to figure out why. So I pressed play, listened to it in the tent, and I almost woke Drea up. Because if you ever listen to the original Earth, Wind, and Fire September song, Do You Remember? I mean, come on, it just goes.
Mm-hmm.
And it has this nice funky sound when the horns come in
Earth,
unison.
Wind, and Fire's known for their horns and percussion.
And percussion and just the way that Maurice White lays out the words and it's like, do you? What it does?
It's smooth.
It's not just smooth. It's played at barbecues. This is the summer song, and you're just getting into there, and just into fall, and it's this feel good. They are able to touch your soul with the words, the music, and all of the entertainment that comes with that, which is what music should do. It should move you. It should be emotional to you. It should touch you and be your escapism.
And this version,
that Taylor did,
it is, first of all, you hear a banjo. Not knocking the banjo.
Not knocking the banjo,
but first you hear a banjo. And I think that's really the only instrument. And maybe a soft like a drum, just a little bit. And then it's her voice that comes on, and it's very soft. It's very it's that
breathy.
Yeah, nasally,
breathy
type of, and there's no soul to it.
She stripped the soul out of it.
I don't think she uses her diaphragm at all. To even take out some of the oxygen in her body while she's singing.
Some of the words are cut short, not cut short, but
modified, right?
Not modified. Well, she instead of 21st September, she said 28th, but that's not the big deal. It's almost like there are these two parts in where she does it where it's like offbeat. It's she cuts it short, and I understand making something your own, but when you strip a soulful, full song that's just filled with life, and you take everything out of it, you take the soul out, you take the rhythm out, you take everything that made it what it is out, instead of adding to it something that is going to be memorable, you wind up with this song.
It sounded like elevator music.
Yeah, that's what you said. And a lot of people are comparing her to Karen with the raisins in her potato salad.
The bland potato salad.
That T'Challa's not going to take to the picnic.
The bland potato salad.
And that's pretty much what it wound up being. It's she's Karen and it's like, Karen, keep that stuff away from me.
And again, yes, she made it her own. This just reflects what her artistic range is. This is what it is. But
she's no Earth, Wind, and Fire.
But it's no Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's all I gotta say.
And credit to her fans who love it. They wanted country version of Taylor back, and so that was enough. That was enough for them. They didn't. People talking about, I never heard the original, but I don't know why people are hating on this one. And someone said, because you never heard the original.
And hey, to all of the living and existing people from Earth, Wind, and Fire band members that are getting lots of money from this, awesome. Great job, guys.
I'm glad you guys are. Keep pumping her up like it's the greatest thing ever.
Because it's
Get that money. Yeah, it was terrible. Sorry, Taylor. So anyway, let's talk about this white fear of black skin. In case you guys haven't heard recently, there was a 14-year-old kid in Philadelphia. I think it was outside of... No, it wasn't Philadelphia. It was in Michigan. Rochester Hills, Michigan, who he had missed his bus. All he wanted to do was get to school. So this is a kid who, okay, you missed your bus. He's not trying to drop out. He's not trying to, cut class. He's not doing any of this craziness that some of the teens would do if they missed their bus. He's like, I got to get to school. So, he walks around trying to get directions, and, why not do what most people would probably do, probably back in the day, hey, I can't get somewhere.
I don't have my phone on me.
I don't have my phone on me because his mother had taken it away from him for punishment. So, what do? Let me go ask a neighbor. Something that I think everybody should be able to do. You go and you ask your neighbor, hey, I'm lost. Let me ask somebody who I can trust. Maybe it's a neighbor or, somebody down the street, whatever. It doesn't matter who it is, but, somebody rings the doorbell. Back in the day, I remember my next door neighbor. Now, maybe this wasn't his next door neighbor. It was a different place, but maybe, we used to ask the Appels for sugar and butter. Remember back in the day, you were able to actually ask your neighbor for things like that. You were able to go down the street if you had a lost dog.
Yes.
And knock. You know what I mean? So he goes to ask directions at this one house, and a woman answered the phone. Now, here's what's funny. They have a Ring doorbell. The Ring where you
with
get
the
to
video
see,
camera?
With the video camera. So they knew who was there. So he knocks on the door to ask directions. Woman answers the phone, starts getting hyped about whatever she was, just yelling at him like, "What are you trying to break into my house?" He's like, "What are you talking? Like, what kind of robber breaks into a house by knocking? By knocking, like breaks into a house by knocking?" Then a guy came downstairs, grabbed the gun, and that's when he started to run because he saw the gun, and the dude shot at him, and thank God he missed. This is the world we live in, where black skin is now considered a threat to white people who are safely behind their doors with a video camera and thinking that a black kid, 14-year-old high school student, is trying to break into your house by knocking on the damn door and ringing a doorbell. Think about that. And there were people who were trying to justify it.
Oh, yeah. Even the guy that was arrested is saying that, well, no, you don't understand the story. You really need to see what happened.
Yeah,
the
and they
video.
did.
Yeah,
And
they did. They pulled up the video, and it is exactly what the 14-year-old boy, which, by the way, what's his name?
No, I say Brennan Walker.
Brennan Walker, exactly what his testimony was. I just went to the front door. This guy has no excuse for his actions. He almost killed somebody.
He almost killed someone for
almost killed a child.
That he would have been a new hashtag, just like Renisha McBride, a few years ago, where she had gotten into a car accident. I believe that was it was. She went and got into a car accident, went to ring the doorbell for help, and somebody just shot her. So she had been in a car accident blocks away, and this guy named friggin' Wafer, I'm surprised they don't have his friggin' full name on here, but Wafer.
Theodore Wafer,
Theodore, thank you. And again, in Detroit, I don't know what is up with Detroit, but in that area in Michigan, but she became a hashtag because he went and shot and killed her. He got, thank God, 17 to 32 years for it. But how do you get in there? You try to knock on the door for help, and the people who try to help you or are supposed to help you shoot you dead. Like, what is your reasoning for this? It's because black skin is a threat to white people. Like, their fear of black skin is just that much compelling. And then lastly, of course, the police officer who killed Jonathan Farrell, who looked for help, okay? So you get into a car accident, you call the cops, and the cops shoot and kill him. And then, of course, the cop gets away with it.
Of course.
As usual. So this was in Charlotte. It just winds up being ridiculous where the black skin, and this is just the times that we're in. Instead of people trying to find a solution for racial intolerance, it's like they build it back up. And they give their own excuses because the people who shoot these black people wind up looking like them. And
it's just, I think it's added even more tension. Like, it's increased even more.
No, I think it has.
Social media has now then added to where if you are anti-black, anti-people of color, then you'll go on on.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Zod.
And I'm Drea.
And we want you to check out the Zod and Drea podcast every Tuesday.
Where can everybody find us at?
You can always check us out on www.zodanddrea.com.
Where else?
You can always check us out also on Facebook at Zod and Drea.
Instagram?
Zod and Drea.
Snapchat?
Zod and Drea.
YouTube?
Zod and Drea.
I see a pattern.
So if you haven't caught that, catch us at Zod and Drea on all the social networks. But also, make sure you subscribe to the Zod and Drea podcast. Where?
At zodanddrea.com.
And also on YouTube and iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. We're coming for you.
Let us know what you think. And if you want to be a guest, reach out to us.
And put all of your input into whatever our topics are for the week. So we hope to check you out and see you there.
Bye.
All right, here we go. Let's talk about this. This is the main topic, which is 5 great ways couples can escape the stresses of life. So this is something that's dear to us because this is something that we've done. Like, in order to make sure that before we burn out, as a couple, we make sure number one, we communicate.
Right.
So we communicate, make sure everything's good, everything's on the up and up. And then if we have to get an escape, there are 5 things that we love to do that we would like to share with you. And we're hoping that you'll be able to either add to this list. Let's try to make it 10. But if not, let's just see if you can take some of our advice to heart and push forward with it and maybe get something out of it.
So one of the things we try to do on a weekly basis, which we share with you all, is, and what we've turned to find out is that it takes a lot of effort for some people to do this, is to just step out and go to the movie theater and watch a movie. For us, that forces us to turn off our phones and just kind of talk, not really talk to each other, but, get close to one another, and, we share some food, and we are entertained. And for us, it is important that we do that because, again, it just kind of grounds us in a way of going back to like, okay, what do we like that's fun? What do you want to see that's interesting or that just takes our mind away? And that, again, I think it's important to us, and it's low cost too.
Now, of course, we have Movie Pass. If you don't have Movie Pass, make sure you get Movie Pass, $10 a month. You can see one movie a day. And so this makes it a lot easier for us to do. And, we don't have children, we don't have some of the other things that some people may have, but, you may wind up wanting to get a babysitter if you do have kids and just step out. Because this is a way to really, I guess, between travel, the movie, the previews and everything, this is a good 4-hour getaway.
Mm-hmm.
You need to de-stress. You need to take it down every once in a while when everything is just building up. And if you're out here like we are as an activist, or maybe you're a person who just works a lot, maybe your in-laws are in, and you just got to get the hell out.
You just got stress on you.
You're just getting all this build up, and you're starting to get acne and shit, and it's getting bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you're winding up doing that and getting hypertension, your chest is hurting, then one of the good ways to do it is to just grab a movie. So make sure you just go to your theater, find out what's playing, find something that's long enough that you guys can not only just watch together, you can watch it in the dark. And like Drea said, you turn off your phone. You turn off your phone and you're entertained. You turn your brain off. You allow the movie to then entertain you instead of you entertaining someone else. It is a great de-stressor for us. And not only do we do this afterwards, so let's say it's a 4-hour getaway.
Right.
Because we eat, we traveling, we travel there and talk, whatever, we communicate afterwards. The best thing about it is then we discuss the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about it. So that in itself, and having that communication, where we saw something together and we have something that we can relate to instantly. Let's talk about it, whether we hated it, whether we loved it, whatever, and how it affects our lives.
We share an experience.
Exactly. It's a shared experience.
Mm-hmm. So another suggestion then we were looking at is, of course, what we just did this weekend was camping. I haven't camped since I was like 8 years old. 8 or 9 years old was the last time I did any type of camping. So I know that you had mentioned constantly about like, we got to do this. We got to get away. And like you said, you had it on your Amazon
wish
list
list for like 5 years, I swear.
And so he just took the initiative and was like, no, let's go. I know a place where we can go. Let's just do it. And so since he had planned it all pretty much, I was like, sweet, I don't have to do anything but just show up. Let's do this. So we just got a little bit of food, a little bit of more supplies. So this way we start building up then our camping supplies, because we're definitely doing this again. I mean, I'm looking at when's the next weekend that we're going to be in town, or we don't have any commitments, and we're just going to go north and get out. And that was just so much fun because, one, again, you got to turn off the phone. Or as much as we could. We didn't have a television in front of us, didn't have a computer in front of us. So what did we have to do? We had to build something together. We built the tent together. We built the whole eating area together. And, just we're alone in the woods. Well, we weren't totally alone. I mean, we had people around us, but,
So, basically what you do is you buy the tent. We had a 4-person tent, which was big enough, obviously, to accommodate us. We bought a queen-size air mattress, a pump for the mattress, spikes, some bungee cords, tarp, laid all that out. So then right there, boom, you have your foundation for where you're going to stay. Bought a cooler, filled up the cooler with drinks and some ice. That ice lasted all night. Wound up because it was cold. It got down to 35 degrees. so it got cold. But we had a little stove, a propane stove that we were able to cook. Bought an iron cast. What do you call it? Cast iron skillet. Some eggs and some meat. And you just cooked up in the skillet. We also bought the chairs, $5.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about this stuff wasn't that expensive, and it's something that we're gonna reuse like for years. Like this is almost like an investment in our stress levels in order to escape. So even if we spent maybe $200 on everything, which is easily that we probably did, it's gonna last for years. and we're going to go on many more. And like I said, hey, you know what? Somebody want to join? Come on in. Set up a couple tents, whatever. We can always just have a lot of fun together. And next time, be next to a lake or something, go fishing, buy some fishing gear, and just really, really just chill out for an entire weekend, regardless of weather. Hopefully bears won't get us, but
Oh, the bears?
the bears, the birds are going to get us. But have a good time. So that's definitely a stress reducer, unless you get stressed out by the woods.
Oh, no. That would suck.
Yeah, right? Then too bad for you.
What's the next one on the list?
The next one is a road trip. Now, this kind of combines with what we just talked about, sort of, but we only traveled for about an hour and a half, so it wasn't that long, if that. But a road trip in itself, if you have not seen the Zod Andrea road trip, like we did 2 of them. We did one, and then I did another one with my cousin. Make sure you check those out on YouTube, also on zodandrea.com, and look up, do a search for road trip. You will see all of them in succession, and we just have a blast with it. I mean, we just had a really good time where you just pretty much set a destination, pack your car. It's just really car, gas, clothes, and you're out. Like whatever happens after that point, just make sure you have a time that you want to come back. Try to plan it so that you will be able to travel a certain amount of time. Me, I'm able to travel and drive for like 8+ hours.
Yeah,
straight.
you're really good at that. I'm like 4 hours max for me.
Yeah, and I have no problem with just getting in the car, just driving for, really more than that. Because, I mean, I drove, I think, 13, something
Look, you drove across country.
Yeah, across the country. So that was a lot of fun that we did. And that is... It also builds up your relationship and your tolerance for whoever you're with. So that's like a make it or break it. If you can come back and you're still the same couple or tighter, awesome. If you come back and you're worse, you should probably not be together because you spent that much time together. So it's a shared experience, just like the camping was, and also the movies. It's about that. So couples who can get away, that's what we do. We like to do that. It might not work for you, but this is how we escape the stress.
Right. And it also forces us to see other things around. Like I haven't visited some of this stuff around this state, but you get the idea of let's go to Tortilla Flats. Yeah. Let's go do that, and we just get in the car and go.
Just get in the car and go. When we wind up, remember where did we go? I think we wound up from California. I forgot where we were. I think maybe Vegas to California, something like that. But it's like when we saw the. I had seen it before, but you saw the world's largest thermometer. Little stupid stuff.
It's so stupid.
Stupid stuff. Me traveling with my cousin, I finally got to see Cadillac Ranch. Things like that on Route 66. You and I have traveled on Route 66. So get away. Do that if you can, because that's a really fun thing to do. What's next?
Next is, the binge watching. Netflix and chill. Look, this, if you want to talk about just the cheapest way to just bond.
Yep.
This is you really do have to put the phone down.
Yeah, put the phone down.
Shut the laptop down and just binge watch a series. Find something that, you both will enjoy, and you just get your blanket. What is it from SNL? Get your leggings on.
Get your leggings on. And even if you don't, even take a risk on something that you don't know that you'll like.
Right.
We have binge watched The Dark. We've binge watched what was that? Blessed Be.
The Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale. Blessed Be. We've Jessica. All the Marvel.
Wow,
Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, and we just sat there and just binge. You just go hours. You may not get through the whole thing. Oh God, Orange is the New Black.
Oh, that was good.
We've. I think we did binge watch that.
Yeah, we did.
I know when I was I had my house down in South Mountain. Somebody was like, "What? You hadn't seen Dexter?" And it was 5 seasons deep. I'm like, "Yeah, I don't have Showtime. What am I gonna do?" Then I obtained Dexter, and I think I did watch. I think all 5 seasons. It took me a week, or so. No, it was a few days. It was a few. Somehow I didn't. Let's just say that was my first time binge watching anything was Dexter, and I mean my eyes, boy, were red. But I was excited, and start doing searches on internet and everything else. So for me, I think that was just a lot of fun in itself. So I think as a couple, you definitely have to go and do something like that and binge watch. I think so. I think it's a lot of fun to just pick a show and just go.
Reserve a weekend and you're just in your sofa.
Yeah, and before you know it, you wind up being together, even if it isn't a binge watching on a certain show. Like maybe you have to go week to week to week. Find several shows within the week that go on, and you kind of binge watch each individual episode of those shows. Like one of the things that we do is Black Lightning.
Right.
Like,
I'm behind. I have
yeah,
to
you're
get
behind. You're like 3
I'm
episodes
so
behind. But I'll watch them with you because that's what I do. I'll catch up again. But that's what we wind up doing. So that to us is a good stress reliever to binge watch TV.
You gotta laugh. You gotta have a good time.
Yeah. All right. So last is flying. I put Southwest. Oh, flying somewhere.
Because I was thinking of the Wanna Get Away.
Yeah. So if you don't know, you can fly cheap. You really can. You can fly pretty cheap.
But is it those cargo planes? Like
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It can be Frontier.
Where it's like the metal seats, and then they charge me $20
It is,
per
but
purse.
it doesn't matter. It's a getaway to just. All it is travel from the unless you want to be a diva and you got to have the front seat and it's got to be a big seat for the whole hour and a half that I'm traveling. No, it doesn't matter. You get a backpack. And just travel small. You're just going for the weekend. You're not trying to be diva'd out. You're going to stay in a freaking dump. And that's it. Just travel out somewhere where normally you wouldn't. And you can find deals on kayak.com, on Southwest. I think travelzoo.com has a bunch of them. And because I think I think a kayak winds up having where depending on your budget, you can plug that in and it'll tell you where you can go.
Yeah. So they'll find decent stuff for you.
Yeah.
And I think for us, we were looking at what trips we should take like that for cities that neither one of us have visited. So it's, are we looking at Wisconsin? Are we looking at Nebraska? Why not? Why not experience that together of a new city where neither one of us have been to, devote a weekend there and just see what happens.
So on Kayak, it's called the Explore tool, and you can just pretty much pick your price.
Was that one for $89? What was that?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm like going so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go cheap. Like let's say we're cheap as crap, and I just want to go to $101 to find somewhere to go. So I pulled it all the way down from Phoenix, and I see that I can go to LA for $80. At least that's what it says until I click on it. I can go to Denver for $69. I can go to Chicago for $88.
Whoa.
I can go to Texas, San Antonio for $81. So let's say I want to go to Chicago. Yep, Frontier. What was I talking about? Frontier. See?
That's the cargo plane. I feel like.
Now, of course, you wind up clicking on it, and it says find flights for $88 plus. You see $88 plus all of a sudden, but from April 25 to April 28th. But if you click on it, it goes to the website. Let's see if it does it. And then this is like I'm telling you. You and whoever you're with can wind up doing this together. Like, just imagine you wind up doing this together. So let's see. It says a flight hub, but all of a sudden it says $147.
Now it's like
$200. Yeah, it's $40. Anyway, what you do is you see. That's why Frontier is kind of bugged out. They probably already threw your seat in there. Let's see. Let's real quick before we run out of time. Let's go to Denver. All right. Let's see what Denver is. And Denver's on American Airlines. That might be a little bit more legit. Let's see. Possibly. That way you don't have to worry about your metal seat.
That's true.
For an hour and a half. Oh, look at this.
And it's
View deal. It actually is. You can actually get an American airline flight from Phoenix to Denver and Denver back to Phoenix. Really? For look at that, $69? Are you serious?
That's a decent. It's just a red-eye flight. So you leave at like 10 o'clock, arrive at midnight there. Cool, no problem. So then you got, the rest of the day to have a good time.
Look at that. It actually does. It's real. Look, you can't do anything, You have to have only a carry-on, one item that fits under the seat, no access to the overhead bin. So it's got a lot of limitations. But if you're going to get away and you just want to just beat it for the weekend or something, why not do something like this for something really cheap?
Thanks to Kayak for this tool.
Yeah, for this tool. So if you want to do that, that's a great stress reliever also, especially just getting away, doing something that, all the other couples aren't doing while they're fighting.
No, we don't want them fighting. No. So get out, go do something together.
Yeah, go do something together. All right, those are our 5 tips. Tell us what you think. All right, so we're done with this episode. We hope you enjoy this Tuesday. And where can they find us?
On anything, Zod, Andrea, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything.
Like anything, Zod, Andrea. We're going to talk about the Patreon soon. We're going to hope to have that up, and also a donate button that we're going to hopefully have by the next time you hear a new podcast as well, where we'll be able to accept donations from you, which will be extremely appreciative. because we'd love to get some new equipment. We'd love to be able to hit the road more, cover a lot more stories that you may want to listen to, and, free up some time for editing, because we have a lot of things that are on our plate that we're getting into.
And check out our YouTube, what you created then on YouTube from our camping trip.
Yeah, so make sure you check out YouTube. Go to YouTube anyway, zodandrea.com I said Zodandrea, even though I think that actually does work, but it's youtube.com/zodandrea or znd.mx/YouTube, and you'll be able to see all of our videos.
Yeah, but the latest one's pretty cool. I really liked how you did this one.
Cool. And expect more. All right, peace, people.
Bye.